Coming up on the Sports Desk, the North and Torrance softball rivalry heats up in their third meeting of the season. We'll tell you what makes this head-to-head matchup so special. Plus, North and West face off for the first time this year on the diamond. Could the boys in blue come out on top against the Warriors in a two-game series? And as always, we'll get you all caught up on scores, highlights, and updates on Torrance's prep and JUCO sports scene. The Sports Desk starts right now. How's it going, Torrance? Welcome to another week here on the Sports Desk. I'm your host, Colin Kushner. Hit me up on Twitter. That's at Colin Kushner with any pics, video, or anything sports related here in the South Bay. What you send will make the show. I may be the man wearing makeup, but let's talk some prep sports. The month of April came and went in the blink of an eye. On the baseball diamond, the West Warriors have been tearing it up. West has only lost 2 games so far in my birthday month, both non-leaguers. While the North Saxons, well, they started off post-spring break hot with 2 back-to-back 20-plus run victories over Centennial, but then fell to Lakewood in a Redondo tourney game. West and North duking it out for the first time this year. Jonathan Niramatsu on the mound for North since 2010 in 6 meetings. North has won 3 and West has won 3 matches. Top 1, 2-on for the Warriors. Jonathan Niramatsu boxing. Nathan Santiago is going to trot home. West up 1-0. Later in the first, 2-0 West. Daniel Enos doubles, and Trevor Mallett's like, hey, I'm got to turn on the Jets. He's going to waltz in. Warriors go up 3-0. Bottom 1, same score. Matt Otino up for North, and he singles. Jonathan Niramatsu, he's coming, he's going, he's running and gunning in. Head first slide, he's safe, no problem. North only down by 2. Top 3, bases juiced. West still up. Sean Worley crushes the Niramatsu pitch. Trevor Mallett and Guillen score. West up 5-1. Next batter, Mark Guevara golfs this, and Sean Worley, well, he's going to come in and score just like the rest of the West Warriors. And the play at the plate, ooh, in time. He's good. West up 6-1. Top 4, same score. Trevor Mallett singles and Santiago scores. West up 7-1. They had 4 more in the 7th to cruise to the 11-1 victory over North. So West takes game 1 of the series over the Saxons. Trevor Mallett has an RBI, and Daniel Enos adds 2 hits and 2 ribbies in the victory. The Warriors collect 16 hits, while the Saxons are held to just 2. Let's head to West High for game numero dos. West warming up, and the North Saxons, well, they're going to get warmed up too. Let's pick it up in the top of the second. No score. Josh Height strikes out Ryan Tobias. See you later. Still no score. A few batters later, Taylor Colvin at the dish, and he's going to crush that way back into the outfield. Colvin's going to take off for 1, gets the sign, goes for 2. 1-run scores. North up 1-0. Top 4, same score. Aubrey Moody at the dish for the Saxons. Strike 3, and up he's going to take off for first, and looks like there's a little miscommunication. 2 runs are going to come around and score for the Saxons. North goes up 3-0, but West rallies off 4 runs in the 6th for the win. The Warriors take the second game of the series in dramatic fashion. From there, West keeps rolling. They shut out Gar 1-0 for their 3rd win in a row and their 4th win streak of the season. West improves to 16-6 overall and 4-0 in league play. The Warriors have already tied last season's win total with just a few weeks left in the season. Meanwhile, the Saxons, well, they fall again. North drops their Redondo tourney game to Cypress, 4-3 in extras. Both teams were tied up at 1 until the top of the 8th when North tallies 2 runs. But Cypress says, hey, I can top that. They had 3 in the bottom half of the inning for the win. That's North's 4th straight loss and their 3rd in the Redondo tourney. North is now 8-9 overall and 2-2 in league play after those back-to-back losses to West. Now, to that team down south, the Spartans are 5-3 in their last 8 meetings, trying to grab those ever-so-crucial league wins against Centennial. South's Kawika Hubble has 2 hits and 2 ribbies as the Spartans down Centennial 4-1. In their next matchup, Nick the Beard Beardsley hurls a casual 1-hitter with 11 strikeouts, and Dylan Plunkett goes yard as South tacks on 11 runs and bulldozes the Apache 11-0. That's 12 wins in a row against Centennial, with their last loss coming all the way back in 2009. And in the Redondo tourney game, the luck of the boys in green runs out. South falls to Chatsworth 8-7. Meanwhile, over at Torrance, the Tide is trying to get out of the month of April with some much-needed dubs. Torrance has lost 7 straight games, averaging just over 3 runs per contest. Last year, the Tartars' longest losing streak, just 2 games. Ryan Siebert leads the charge for Torrance with 3 hits and 4 RBI and a shutout victory over Lusinger. It's the Tartars' biggest margin of victory of the season. In their second matchup, this one was just a little bit closer. The Tartars pull away again, this time 3-1. Torrance in their 2 wins against Lusinger, averaging 8 runs. Rounding out your prep baseball news, the Bishop Montgomery Knights, Coach Fuller's squad coming off 2 straight league losses, trying to get back on track against league leaders Mary Star of the Sea. Sounds like a fairy tale if you ask me. The Knights have dropped their last 2 meetings with the Stars, trying to avoid the series sweep. Top 1, Liam Kent on the bump, gets the strikeout. Kent just getting warmed up. Bottom 1 to no score. Austin Garby on second, and Liam Kent hits a line drive to third, but he's going to be out at first. Inning over, still zip. Top 3, still no score. Mary Star gets the first run of the game. The Stars take the 1-0 lead. Top 7, tied at 1. Mary Star gets some help with a triple. 1 run's going to come around and score. Bishop down 2-1, and bottom of the 7th, last chance for the Knights. Nick Martinez singles, and then up next, Nathan Draves. He's going to try and bring home Martinez, but Draves chops it to the infield. 6-4-3 double play. Bishop falls to Mary Star, 2-1. So the Knights drop all 3 games to the Stars this season. Bishop averaged just over 1 run per game in the 3 games against Mary Star. Bishop falls to 8-13 overall and 4-4 in league play. When we come back, we're going to take you to the softball diamond where 2 Torrance rivals met up for a date at North High. Stay right where you are. Welcome back, everybody. Hit me up on Twitter. That's at Colin Kushner with any pics, video, or anything sports related here in the South Bay. What you send will make the show. To your prep softball news now. The North Saxons and Torrance Tigers have met up twice this season. North took down the Tartars in the TNT tourney, and then conversely in the Alan Dugard Woodbridge Classic, Torrance beat the Saxons. Both squads neck and neck in the Pioneer League, and both 1-2 in the latest CIF Division IV poll, with the Saxons ranked number 1. In the 2 tourney games against each other this season, North averaging 6 runs, while the Tigers averaging 5. Marissa Moreno getting warmed up. First inning, Lawrence Sabajon cracks a hit all the way to the wall. That's going to bring her to third base. Next batter, Rachel Sandoval. The pitch goes by, and Sabajon slides safely. North up 1-0. Second inning, all tied up at 1 after Bridget Shaw's solo home run. Sister Christian, Kaylin Christian, drives this deep into the outfield. 2 runs going to come around and score. Torrance up 5-1. 6th inning, North down 5-3. Megan Romero hits a double, and she's going to bring home Abby Alexander and Lexi Sargent. We're all tied up at 5. And later on in the inning, Lauren Sabajon with a 3-run bomb. I got 99 problems, but a pitch ain't one. She's going to get some head pats, and North comes back and beats the Tartars 8-5. North gets revenge after that loss to Torrance in the Alan Dugard Classic. That's North's 2nd win over Torrance this season. The Saxons' win streak continues. They grab their 7th win in a row over Pioneer League foe Lusinger. North improves to 18-6 overall and a perfect 4-0 in league. After the loss to North, Torrance comes back to blow out Centennial 15-zip. The Charters improved to 16-7 overall and 3-1 in league play. We talked about the different rivalries around town just last week, and per usual, As the regular season winds down, the different rivalries across town, well, they heat up. Every game counts, and you play against some familiar faces, some even from childhood. The Torrance and North rivalry has been the talk of the town for quite some time now. Kiana Martin has that story for you.
What's a game without a little friendly competition? That's sort of what this matchup means to Torrance and North softball teams, except with just a little bit more on the line. Both teams, who are respectively on top of the Pioneer League so far in the season, matched up in an early rivalry game. But this match comes along with some very familiar faces.
A lot of us played together like when we were younger, so it's kind of like bragging rights for not only like against each other, but like for the city of Torrance as well.
Although both teams may know each other quite well, for many years, Torrance and North have been known as South Bay softball rivals. But this rivalry comes along with the mutual respect from both players and coaches.
It's been a fantastic rivalry for years. Ever since Coach Glavich took over in 2008, he's done a great job with his club through the years, and we just love playing against each other. We're friendly rivals. A lot of the girls have played travel ball together off and on through the years. There's a lot of mutual respect, and it's just always a great game.
After a huge turnaround mid-game, the Saxons were focused on scoring and also staying on top, but they're talking about the rest of their season.
After 4 consecutive seasons, the Saxons have remained Pioneer League champs, and their goal is to continue this success another season.
This gives us a leg up on Torrance. We're just going to keep plugging away, play hard every game, and hopefully we win a lot more than we lose. And the goal is always to take first in league, but this is an extremely tough league, as it is every year. So, we just keep going out there, and hopefully we're on top at the end of the season.
It's a big game because obviously we're rivals, and we wanted to really come out with the win. And being like league champs for the past 4 years, we kind of have big shoes to fill, and we want to be the 5P league champs.
With more games to go and even more friendly rivalries, the Lady Saxons have just one agenda in mind for the rest of the season.
We just want to stay on top, keep winning, and hopefully 5P be league champions.
From North High, I'm Kiana Martin, reporting for the Sports Desk.
Thanks for that, Kiana. Out west, the Warriors coming off that big 16-0 shutout over Centennial, while the Spartans, they put up 16 as well against Lusinger. Both teams facing off for the first time this year. West is 2-5 in the last 7 meetings with the Spartans. Let's pick it up in the top of the first. No score. Blenois for South brings home Kissling. She's going to stay put at third, and then she's like, oh, I'm going to take off. Touches home plate. No problem. Spartans up 1-0. Bottom one, same score. Daisy Vafanua drives home Abby Alexander. We're all tied up at 1. A few batters later, the wild pitch is going to come underway from the South Spartans. Goes by, and Vafanua comes in and scores. West up 2-1. Same inning, same score. Aliza Umi at the dish, and she chops that over the head of the third baseman. 2-run score. West up 4-1 to the bottom of the third. Same score. And Maylee Newman, she brings home another run. West, they're up 5-1 now, and 2 batters later, you heard her name already. Abby Estrada is going to come up to bat, and Lefty says, hey, let's bring in a couple more. She would have 3 RBI. West goes up 6-1, and they don't look back, downing the Spartans 12-4. The Warriors grab their second league win in a row, while the Spartans' win streak gets snapped. Since 2010, the Spartans won the first 5 meetings, but have since dropped the last 3 against West. The Warriors averaged 13 runs, only allowing just over 4 in the previous 3 meetings. In West's El Segundo tourney games, they crush Bishop Montgomery behind a 3-run jack from Abby Estrada, but fall to Banning 7-4. Over at Bishop, they snap their 4-game losing streak with a win over Pomona Catholic, but drop their 2 El Segundo tournament games as West and Gundo outscore the Knights 19-2. Bishop has already surpassed last year's win total of just 2 games. To break we go. When we come back, we'll take you to the volleyball court where the Bishop Montgomery Knights and West Warriors look for some much-needed league dubs. Grab your Snuggie and get comfy.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back, everybody. Hit me up on Instagram. That's the Sports Desk TV. We'll get you pics and video on your South Bay sports scene. To prep volleyball now, West and North have already met up once this year. West went to their janitor closet and brought out the brooms in the first go-around. West looking for their second league sweep in a row, while the Saxons look to avoid their second straight loss. Let's pick it up in the first set. 11-3 West. Noah Carroll and Nathan Barker team up to make the Great Wall of China. The Warriors up by 9. A few players later, West still up. Carroll with the kill. West with a commanding 8-point lead. Same set. West running away with this one. Yeah, you guessed it. Noah Carroll again. Kids on fire. West takes set 1, 25-13. To the second set, North up 6-5. They get the kill. The Saxons up by 2. Still set numero dos. North up by 1 now. David Dorsey for West gets the smackdown. We're all tied up at 11. And the Warriors take over from here. Batmoon Turbodrock with the kill. West takes set 2 and the third to sweep the Saxons. North gets swept for the second time this season at the hands of West, while the Warriors, they sweep their 11th opponent. West is on fire, North is ice cold, and the Torrance Tatas, I really don't know one word to describe their success except for this. Hashtag killing it. Torrance has won 12 straight matches. 6 of those have been sweeps. Torrance trying to add to their laundry list of winning against Losinger. Jared Kawhi has 11 assists, and Justin Eno had 6 kills in their second sweep this season over the Olympians. Torrance gets their 7th sweep and 13th straight win. Coach Jones and the rest of the Tatas are now 17-4 overall and a perfect 7-0 in league play. Down south, the Spartans sweep the Apache for the second time this season. South improves to 5-2 in Pioneer League play. And last but not least, the Bishop Montgomery Knights. Bishop coming off that Culver City tourney banner and follow that up with their 4th league win of the season over LaSalle. Bishop taking on Salesian. The Knights looking for their second win over the Mustangs this year. First set 1-1. Bryce Sakotlian says, get back over there. Bishop takes the early lead. A few plays later, Bishop up 5-4. Drew Beimel gets the kill. He has 6 kills in this one later in the first. The Knights up 13-5, and Blake Miles, boom sauce, gets the kill. Bishop up by 9 and takes set 1, 25-17. Second set, Knights up by 5. Blake Miles crushed. Bishop takes a 6-point lead. They're gonna hug it out real quick. 2 plays later, Bryce Sakotlian, but he finishes with 8 of those. Bishop takes set 2, 25-19, and the third set to sweep Salesian. With the win, the Knights are now in second place in the Delray League standings behind Cathedral, the only league opponent to beat Bishop so far this year. All right, everybody, we are going to take a quick TV timeout. When we come back, we are going to get you all caught up on everything JUCO, plus the sauciest place for the month of April. You won't want to miss it.
I had the honor of shooting my music video at California landmark, Hearst Castle. And while I was there, I learned about the necessity of water conservation during this drought. Do your part to help save water at home. Go to saveourh2o.org.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
What's up? Welcome back. Remember, if you have any story ideas, shoot me an email. That's the sportsdesk@torranceca.gov. Now, in the world of JUCO sports, the El Camino Warriors men's volleyball squad was on fire for a good portion of the regular season. In fact, pretty much the entire year up to this point. Elko didn't lose their first match until over a month into the 2015 campaign. They had 3 different win streaks spanning 5+ games. And let's not forget they swept their opponents 9 times. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Elko took that fire into the state semis, beating Grossmont College 3-2. The win put Elko in the state championship for the first time since '83. Wayne Gretzky was playing for the Edmonton Oilers when they were actually good. The Warriors meeting up with Santa Monica College in the final match. Elko dropped their first 2 meetings with the Corsairs this season and hadn't beaten them since February of last year. Both teams exchanged blows throughout the 4-set battle, but it's Santa Monica who comes out on top for the 3rd time this season. Casey Wood has 15 kills, Chris Grimenow with 43 assists. Yeah, I said 43. And Cesar Medina adds 9 kills in the loss. On the baseball diamond, Elko sweeps their final series of the year against East LA. Joseph Cortez goes 4-for-4 with 3 RBI in the 10-4 dub, and that's in Game 2. From there, the Warriors just keep rolling. Alex Turner goes yard, and Brosif Notch has 2 hits and an RBI in the loss. Elko does not get a playoff bid and will miss postseason play. They finish up the regular season 12-9 in conference, 4th place overall. Now, over on the softball diamond, Lady Warriors put together one of the most memorable, if not the most, in program history. The craziest part of it all is that it was all under first-year head coach Jessica Raposa. Elko heading to postseason play, but plenty of Warriors picking up some regular season honors. Jessica Raposa was named Coach of the Year in her first season as head coach. Raposa helped guide Elko to a 30-win season and their first SEC title since '89. To put that into perspective for you, that was the same year Pete Rose was banned from baseball for life, and the Detroit Pistons were actually good, capturing their first ever NBA title over Magic and the Lakers. Reyna Trejo took home Pitcher of the Year. The former Torrance Tartar posted a 12-8 record overall and had 14 complete games in 19 starts. Other notable Lady Warriors getting some love: Tori Garcia, who grabbed first-team honors for the 2nd straight season, and former North Saxon catcher Gabby Fortiani. Those are some pretty impressive numbers, if you ask me. It's now time for your hashtag the Sports Desk Twitter feed. Big thanks to everyone who sent me some picks this week. Thanks to ECC Warriors for sending this pick of the men's volleyball team after their state championship loss to Santa Monica, rocking the hardware. And then thanks to my mom at Colin Kushner. Good thing you wore your red hat so you could fit in with the red hat ladies. Hashtag boom sauce. I don't think she's using boom sauce in the right context. April has come and gone, just like how quickly the Anaheim Ducks eliminated the Winnipeg Jets in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. We covered plenty of action here in the South Bay, and boy, were there some exciting performances and plays. Without further ado, Ken, let's hear a drum roll, please. Thanks, Ken. It's time for your sauciest plays for the month of April. We saw plenty of action and plenty of sauce. Let's go. Number 5. Play number 5, Torrance's Kevin Gonzalez gets the smackdown. I'm glad I wasn't in front of that one. Nice play by Gonzalez. Play number 4, North's Lauren Sabahone goes yard. That's out of here. She's going to get the head pats after. Nice hit, showing off that power. Play number 3, Bishops, Blake Miles. Off the Salesian player. Let's slow it down for you. Miles gets up there and gets that to go. The Salesian player was just praying that wasn't going to hit him in the face. Play number 2, El Camino's Dalton Erb struck out 27 batters in 3 starts in April. Omar Avila goes down looking. Eduardo Freya Sia. Chris Flores, yeah, take a seat. Anthony Mendoza strikes out looking. Erb, 3 wins and a 1.08 ERA in the month of April. And play number 1, Torrance's Marissa Moreno gets 1 of her 14 strikeouts against South. Kid was just on fire all month. Moreno also hurled a 5-inning perfect game. Now those are some pretty saucy plays. Now it's time for my weekly rant, or for this week, a heartwarming story for you all. Colleges and universities have been under fire for not helping student athletes and standing behind them. The various issues have led to whether college athletes should be paid, and plenty of other hot topics of debate, but I won't get into that. To quote Yahoo Sports, the Dagger writer Jeff Eisenberg, the most inspirational player in college basketball, will trade his jersey for a suit. Austin Hatch is taking a permanent medical red shirt, ending his playing career at the University of Michigan. Instead, he has accepted a position as a student assistant, Michigan coach Jim Beilein announced. The NCAA has given the University of Michigan the green light to continue paying for his education and to not have his scholarship count against the limit. I don't know how many of you watched Miraculous, the ESPN feature on Austin Hatch. If you haven't watched it, I highly suggest you do. To briefly summarize his incredible journey, Hatch survived 2 separate plane crashes. The first was in 2003, which killed his mother and 2 younger siblings. Austin and his father were the lone survivors. In 2011, his dad was flying the family to their summer Michigan home. The plane went down again, this time killing his father, stepmother, and critically injuring Austin. But once again, Hatch survived. He woke up from a medically induced coma 8 weeks later, enduring tons of grueling therapy. The 6'6" wing trained and regained the athleticism and coordination that he had lost. Eventually, his dream to play at U of M became a reality just this past season. While he will never don the maize and blue jersey ever again, Hatch's story is truly inspirational and remarkable. I had goosebumps when I heard this story for the first time, and I have goosebumps as I read to you now. How the University of Michigan is handling the situation is the right thing to do. Stand behind your athletes. Stay committed to them. The University of Michigan going out of their way to help this young man succeed, that's what higher education is all about, and that's what I like to call boom sauce. All right, everybody, that's going to close the books on another week here on the Sports Desk. As always, we're available on Facebook. That's facebook.com/thesportsdesktv. Also, hit us up on Twitter with any pics, video, or anything sports related here in the South Bay. That's at Colin Kushner using the hashtag #TheSportsDesk. And don't forget, if you just feel like saying hi, you can do that as well. Take it easy, Torrance. We'll catch you next time.